Welcome back to another trade recap. Today is Wednesday, May the 20th. Today was an absolutely fantastic day towards the upside, above the previous day highs. We do have Nvidia earnings, of course, later into the day, but took two trades today. Let's head straight into the charts. First trade I ended up taking was AMD above the previous day highs. Also took Intel as well on a reclaim setup. So today was a fairly straightforward day towards the upside. What we're looking for was, of course, longs above our previous day high. So if we go into the pre-market game plan, today, as I mentioned, coming to market open, we're bouncing off last week's lows nicely on the major indices. Some names are starting to see some buyers as well. Game plan today is to look for longs above previous day high for continuation, SPY above our 738, Qs above our 706. As for my main watches, Tesla above previous day highs. I had AMD above previous day highs, Intel along with MU as well. All these names are seeing some nice buyers, and let's see if we can get continuation above our key levels. So as I mentioned for Tesla, key level was at previous day highs, AMD above our previous day highs for continuation. This was by far the best name towards the upside. And then, of course, we had MU. We also had Intel that we're keeping an eye out for as well. So coming to market open, as I mentioned, based off of the higher timeframes, we're getting a little bit of a pullback here now in the markets. But based off the higher timeframes coming into today, let's kind of go over the game plan on the higher timeframe charts. So as you can see, the key levels that we had marked out was our last week's lows. So we had some nice buyers that stepped in yesterday. Now all we're looking for is the break back above our previous day highs for a potential move back towards the upside. Qs, similar thesis. We're having this nice bounce off our previous last week's lows. Now, once we break back above, we're looking for this continuation higher. If we look at the SMH, this is the one that showed some nice strength. Of course, we're above our previous day high. So that's why some of the semiconductors, we had a nice bounce coming into market open. So the first trade that I ended up taking was AMD, still in some trailers on this one. But what I was looking for was the flip back above our previous day highs. So if we start off here on the daily chart, as you can see, AMD is fairly bullish. We're having this nice clear uptrend towards the upside, nice gap up. You can see buyers defended our 400 key cycle level yesterday. Some nice buyers that stepped in right off that level. Pretty fairly strong candle close yesterday. And then all we're looking for was the break of our previous day highs. We kind of had this downtrend forming. We had that previous day highs. So we had a couple of things we're looking for coming to market open. Once we're able to break back above that previous day highs, that was a sign for continuation towards the upside. So for AMD, what I was looking for was that hold of that 426. We also had our previous day highs here as well. So once price really started holding this level nicely, I ended up taking an entry on this 940 candle, stop a break underneath, looking for, of course, continuation back up in towards the highs. And now we have room back up and towards our all-time highs here as well. This one took a little bit longer to develop. On the 1 minute, didn't look the cleanest, but as you can see on the 5 minute, perfect hold right off our previous day highs. And now you can see, right, nice buyers are stepping in for that continued push towards the upside. So this is playing out nicely on AMD. The other trade I ended up taking was a reclaim setup on Intel. This one, higher time frame bullish. We're looking for a key level that we had marked out, which was our opening range. We also had another key level here as well. As you can see, if we go on to the hourly time frame, fairly bullish. Some nice buyers that stepped in yesterday. We're also above our previous day highs. We're above our high that we created here on Monday. So bullish coming to Intel, coming to market open. We're looking for two scenarios, kind of this longs above our pre-market highs in this 115 or the potential previous day high retest. In this case, for Intel, we had a couple key levels. So pop right off the bat, what we're going to mark out, we had our 118. As you can see, a little bit of rejection here. Once we had that reclaim, we're looking for that continued push higher. So once we ended up reclaiming back above, that's when you enter in for a trade back up and towards the upside. I personally was looking for one of the key levels. So end up scaling, it was an 84% roll. So I end up scaling up into this 121, super solid super solid exits, as you can see, and then ended up cutting the rest of my position as it came back down. But super nice trade on Intel. AMD was super solid as well. Still holding a couple of trailers. We'll see what happens. The main thing, of course, tonight is Nvidia earnings. So that's going to be what's the driving force for the markets. We'll see if we can get that push back towards the upside. But besides that, Let's go on to really the live session that we have coming into today. We'll kind of talk about some other trades as well. I took a couple of trades on Friday, which ended up being a loser. Didn't take any trades on Monday. Took a small loss yesterday on Microsoft for the reclaim. So pretty slow the past few days, but today was fairly solid. And then I'll kind of talk about the game plan moving forward. But as you can see here, as I'm speeding the tape up, Qs kind of just consolidating coming to market open, but the SMH was fairly bullish, as you can see right here, above our previous day high. So that's what gave me conviction on AMD. We had a couple names we're looking for. AMD, as you can see, buyers are kind of stepping in above our previous day highs, along with this 426. So was looking for that AMD longs right off the bat. Nice hold of this level. Entered in the I think it was a 435 calls on AMD, looking for continuation towards upside. As I mentioned, took a couple scales, but eventually worked out. And then for this Intel one, was looking for the reclaim back above our 118.56. And once we're able to break back above, we end up having a nice continuation, scaled some up into that like 122. And then as you can see, a little bit of a pullback on a couple of these ones. So with that being said, that was kind of a live session, just kind of quickly, briefly going over that one. Let's talk about the game plan moving forward here. So for the overall markets, let's go on to the SPY and Qs. So as you can see right here, currently we're having a nice reaction off our last week's lows. If we can maintain above our previous day highs, what we like to see is a potential pushback up in towards our all-time highs here on the SPY and Qs. Similar thing, nice bounce on the Qs. Let's see if we can get that pushback up in towards our all-time highs. The main thing, of course, is going to be the NVIDIA earnings tonight. For the SMH, nice bounce off the lows, gap fill. Now let's see if we can get this gap fill reversal back up in towards our all-time highs here. Some of the main names I'm watching for a potential all-time highs push is AMD for a move back up in towards our all-time highs. NVIDIA, of course, is in a very key spot. So let's keep an eye out on NVIDIA earnings tonight. Could go either way. What I would like to see, as I mentioned, is that push back up in towards our all-time highs on this one. And then, of course, other couple names starting to base a little bit here, but these names look good for a push higher, right? Intel, I'd like to see now maintain above our previous day highs. We'll see how this candle closes for a potential pushback towards the upside here. So a lot of names are shaping up fairly nicely. We had this nice bounce play yesterday, a couple nice opportunities today. There's a lot more setups that are forming here. The main thing, of course, is going to be NVIDIA earnings. So we'll take a look at that tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow, once we do have NVIDIA earnings, we'll see how that kind of digests and affects the market, and then we'll develop our game plan from there. But yeah, that's just a quick little market update for you guys and a midweek update. Nothing's really been going on too much as of late. I'm going to do more midweek updates. I'm going to do the weekly recaps, and I'm going to get those trade recaps for you guys. I'm going to try and do them at least 2 to 3 times a week back to the regular schedule program. And yeah, besides that, I will see you guys all tomorrow. All right, take care, everyone. Peace.